Got it. All right. So, as I said, we're going to be doing student requests today for drawing. So if you want to draw something, write it in the chat and I'll work through the list. So far, we've got a cheetah, a cupcake, and a cat. So let's get started on a cheetah. See how many we can do today. So cheetahs, they're pretty skinny and they run. So why don't we draw one running? So I might start with, see how I'm doing that? I'm getting ready to draw a circle for the head. So I'm just going around like that. Thinking, I'm imagining it on the page, and then I'll put my pencil down like that, just sketch it out. So there's the head, and then the back. Remember, we draw shapes and skeletons, and that's going to be the bottom there, and the rib cage there. So 3 circles and a line that joins them. The line is the spine. So we have the neck, backbone, and then we'll have that becoming the tail, which is going to be off the page online. Okay, Miles, what's going on? There's a lot of camera movement happening there. Next, I'll put in the shoulder. And because I want it running, I'm probably going to do these legs out straight, or the front legs. So upper arm, elbow, forearm, hand, and toes. And we could do the other one sort of sticking out somewhere here. So we've got a few people with their cameras off. I've got one camera off, but I've got this one on because I want you to see this one. You don't need to see me. Oh, there's Ed. Hi. Who else we got? Karina and Jaden and Cheetah. So you don't have to turn your cameras on. It's just nice to be able to see you and look at your drawings when you hold them up. Okay, has everyone done these legs or arms? We'll move on to the back legs. So this one's going to be out too, out to the back though. So we want to do the thigh to the knee, then the shin to the ankle, the foot, and then the toes. I'm just drawing some lines with the toes. So this is a very long one. If I turn it on an angle, there you go, you can see most of it. You could, they don't have very fat bellies, so you can bring it up, make it skinny. Okay, so we've got the skeleton. The back leg we'll add in later once we've drawn a bit more of it. So I want to draw the face. So I'm going to zoom in. So I hope you've all finished with the leg. If you haven't finished with the leg, we will come back to it. But I also want to do more drawings today. So Lucas is here. I'll move my light. Let's get rid of that shadow. I'm not really going to. Okay. So I've got the main shape of the head. Marcus, that's cool. Looks good. Remember to come up and give it a bit of a neck as well. So I'm going to give it a bit of a muzzle where the nose is here and the mouth is there. You can draw the nose as sort of a triangle shape. And then the mouth with that sort of lipped cat mouth. Did a bit of scribbling there, so I'm going to just clean that up so it's a bit more clearer. A bit clearer. So cat mouth happening there, and you can add a bit of a fuzzy chin. And we can rub out that section of the circle. There we go. Just trying to get that out of the shadow. So my big ring light keeps getting in the shadow. So we're in a very tiny space here. I want one eye to be there and one eye to be there. Lucas, you came a little bit late, but we're drawing a cheetah. You can, if you just start with the head, you could probably pick up the body later on, because I've done all that, but we will be moving down the body, so you could catch up later if you missed it. Then we can just put in some rounded ears. And we'll make the cheeks a bit sort of fluffy, furry. And we can add detail in the eyes later on. Okay, so let's go to the front leg, the arm. We're going to put the muscle in around now. So we've got the shoulder and the upper arm. We can make the elbow a bit hairy. And then, so I'm drawing around the stick figure arms that we drew. So I'm adding the muscle in. And then once I've finished that, I'll erase all the lines in between the arm. So we're left with just the outside bits. Now, something else you should do is work off reference. So I've just been drawing a cheetah from memory. But what I'm going to do now is get an image, because it's not looking quite right to me. Okay. I think I've done the head a bit too big, but that's okay. They've got sort of a bit of a hump up here where they have sort of a bit of a mohawk going on. So I've just done some jaggedy lines there on the top of the shoulders, top of the back. Then I'll continue down. I'm going to erase these lines up here now. Erase the neck. So I'm going to add the neck back in. Yeah, I think I made the nose a bit too long. It's a bit shorter and more of an downward angle. Sort of like that. You don't have to change your nose if you're happy with it. Not camera. But that looks a bit more like a cheetah to me. And an important thing that a cheetah has on its face, it's got the dark lines that come from the corner of its eye down to the corner of its mouth. So that might help you draw the eye. And then even a little bit on the end like that. A few little spots, getting smaller towards the face, but bigger towards the body. Dark spots. Zero on that so you can have a look. Give it some detail in the ears too. Some furriness inside, some furriness on the outside. Oops, made it a little bit big. So I'm going to move to the paw. So again, using the stick figure line as the bones, I'm going to draw around it. This is the fingers or the toes. 4 little toes. You could do claws in there too if you wanted. And rub out that bone line. Jaden, you have a question? What's your question? Did you forget?
Not yet.
It's okay. If you think of it, just write it in. Oh, you know? Okay.
Can we draw anything we want?
You can draw anything you want, but if you want me to draw it too, you have to add it to the chat list.
Okay.
And so far we've got a cheetah, a cupcake, and a cat. So you can add to that if you want, or you could just draw your own thing. Up to you. So I'm doing the other foot of hand, so that is behind the body and the head. So we can do it shaded in, so we don't have to put dots and stuff on it. But up, I'm just going to zoom out a bit because cats and dogs have 4 toes on the front foot and the back foot, but also on the front foot, because it's like a hand, they have, I'll pull out even more. So we've got 5 fingers, right? 4, so they've got 4 for their pad, like that. And see how the thumb's sticking out here? If you go like that, and imagine my hand was very long, so these fingers are about here. I've still got a thumb there. So if you have a dog or a cat, you look at their arms, they'll have, like if that was an arm, with their paws here, somewhere around where my tattoo is there of the love hearts, they'll have a little claw about here. And that's actually their thumb. So the hand is long. That's why when I draw this bit here and this bit here, I say it's a long hand. So what I would do is up here, I'll add a little thumb with a little claw. Like that. Actually, I could show you on my dog. I'll just finish this paw and then I'll go get it and show you. I'll show you this thumb. For those of you that don't have a dog or a cat, let's see. Come here. You're waiting outside the door for me. Just gonna move the camera. Come here. Come. Gonna put his paw up on the camera. Oh, he's so fat. Hang on. He's not fat. He's just very big and very heavy. Oh. Give me a second. All right. Here's his paw. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's pulling it away. Okay, this one. See that claw? Oh, hang on. He doesn't want to cooperate. See this claw here? This one. That's his thumb. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But on his here he is. On his back feet, he's only got 4. Okay, out you go. So yeah, as I was saying, he has sort of those four claws on the camera's upside down, and then the thumb further up. Around. There we go. Okay. Oh, my light fell off. Hang on. He knocked it. Hans knocked it. And then when I tapped it, it fell off. Okay, back to the cheetah. So we can make the belly area a bit furrier as well. Rub out some of those belly lines, but where that belly was, or that the rib cage was, sort of around here. You could do a little indentation there because you might see some of the ribs. And let me just see about the dots. The dots are sort of big around the legs here, but then they get small up around the shoulders. So bigger in the middle of the legs. And then they get bigger as they go down as well. So they're small up here. I'm just doing little dots. Then I'll make them bigger. They've got sort of a white section as well on the belly. So this section doesn't have many dots. A few in there. But they're not really big dots either, even when they're at their biggest. Okay. So I'm going to move down the leg. Oh, show me that again, Marcus. Yeah, that was cool. That's good. I think the curve you've got here is a bit too much. Mine probably is too, actually. So let's fix that up. So they're pretty straight in that area. So make it a bit straighter to the tail. And then where the tail comes out, we can use what we've drawn for the tail as the bone again. Thicken up the tail and then rub out the bone in between. So with the back leg, the thighs are very big and thick. So if I start at the knee and come back up to the thigh, and at the back it sort of joins up to the tail, like that. Then I've probably drawn the foot a bit long too. But that's okay. It can just be a long-footed cheetah. Little calf muscle, just like humans have. So I'm going to make it a bit shorter. Rub out his toes. This bit too, you could actually make this a bit fuzzier because you have a bit of fur there. You can draw the ankle in. It's just like the ankle you would have. So remember I said we could do the other leg later, the one that's like this one, sort of hidden behind in a shaded area. Possibly do the thigh coming down there, and then the ankle up there, and then the foot just in here. See that? So it looks like there's another leg there, but it's behind the body. So the dots going down the body, they're larger towards the bottom. Same with the tail. On the very tip of the tail, it's actually got like a black tip to it, and then some big big dots and blotches, and they get smaller. Coming up, these ones have big ones around the ankles, and then they get smaller. So I'm just sort of scribbling these on. I'm not worrying too much about it. You can always, when you go over, if you want to go over it with a felt tip pen or something like that, you can make them stand out a bit more and color them in properly. So that's basically it. Let me turn it on a bit of an angle so you can see it. So how'd you all go? I'd like to see them when you're done. And then we're going to draw a oh, Aaron, your screen first. And then we're going to draw a cupcake. Wow, Ella, that's cool. There's a massive head on it. It looks like a cartoon character. Marcus, that's cool. I like that. Victoria, yeah, that looks like a cheetah. Yours looks more like a cheetah than mine does, I think. That's a good job. Miles, that's cool. Yeah, I like the angle in those legs. That's great. Kobe, let's see. Hold it still. Yeah, that's good. Good job. Arham, that's good too. Yeah, Kobe, that's really cool. I like the way the arms are like, they come out. It's really cool. All right, so we're going to move on. Dash, that looks cool too. I just got a quick glimpse of that before you. Yeah, I like that. Looks like Superman flying. Okay, so a cupcake. We haven't drawn many simple things before, but let's think about cupcake sort of like a mushroom shape. If we do like a semicircle almost with a rounded side, or even it's the letter D, capital D, instead of being straight, make it curved. So that's the top of the cupcake. And then we'll come in a little bit, pancake. All right, come in a little bit either side. I'm gonna draw a lot of food by the sounds of this. And that'll be the cup part of the cupcake. So that's just the basic shape of it. And then we can add things to it. We can add cherry, we can add frosting, we can add all kinds of things. I'm just going to add some lines coming down. See how they're not all completely straight? They're sort of following the angle of the sides. So they go bump, 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 like that. Sort of start like that and end up straight in the middle. So this one's straight, and these ones are curved a little bit. These ones are curved more, and these ones are curved the most. You could keep it round on the bottom as well, or you could bring those in a little bit. The ones in the middle might be slightly straighter. See what I did. See how I came in? This one came in a little bit. I can't see that. Oh, there you go, Marcus. You've done the whole thing. Yeah. I was going to draw a face in mine though. Maybe we can have big old-fashioned eyes like pie eyes, like Cuphead or an old Mickey Mouse. Looks like a Pac-Man ghost right now. Big eyes. A smiley face. Some freckles. Yeah, maybe some frosting sort of sitting on the top. And even on top of the frosting, you could do a little cherry or a little piece of chocolate or something, just as a little little dressing to say what kind of flavored muffin it is. Let's see, maybe if I did draw a square. As if that's a piece of chocolate. And I'll cut off one corner so I can do the frosting like this, like it's stuck in the frosting. But chocolate has like a little edge to it like that too. And I don't want this to be straight, I want it to be rounded like a muffin, or so it looks cakey. So when you bake things, they'll overflow a little bit. So it's almost like a little cloud. There's my little chocolate muffin. That's good, Ella. You could even go as far as to put arms and legs on him. Just give him a little. They're like stick legs, but they're also called rubber hose because they're just like bendy arms. They could have little gloves on or just little circular hands. So it might look like a little circle when it's a fist, but when he needs them, he has fingers. Maybe he's waving like that. You could even have little legs too. Just little rubber hose legs. And stick figure legs. There you go. So instead of just drawing a cupcake, we made it into a little character. Little eyebrows to help give him a bit more emotion. Lucas, you have a question?
You can do a shadow underneath.
Yeah, you could do a shadow underneath. Because he's sort of rounded, sort of be like that. I don't like doing hard lines for shadows. Marcus, that's cool. So what I would do is just do like shading in one direction, almost like hatching. Just like that. You could smudge it with your finger. There you go. A little shadow. Okay, so the next thing we've got is a cat. And then after that, pancake. And then we haven't got any other questions. Arham, that looks like a tasty, tasty cupcake. Well, that's cute. I like that tiny little cherry on top. It's got some sprinkles. Yeah, that's great. Cool. Miles, I like that. It's like a cat cupcake. Scary cupcake. That's cool, Victoria. Very good. All right. Let's see, Kobe. Oh, that's cool. I like his mouth. That's great. All right. So let's move on. Okay. We're doing a cat. Usually I draw just sort of generic cats, but maybe I'll draw, what about like a big, fat Persian cat? So it's fluffy and got a small face and a big body. Jaden, I've got a question.
I want to show you my cupcake.
Yeah, show it. Hold it up. Oh, it's got rainbow on it. Nice. Cool, that's really good. Okay. So I'm going to draw a small circle. That's going to be the face of my cat, but I want it to have a big head. So around that, I'm going to draw, it's going to look sort of like an eye, because this cat's going to be so fluffy. This is all fluff, but his face is going to be inside this little circle. And then his body. Going down like this. Looks like a lumpy, I don't know, something lumpy. Miles, you got a question? And unmute.
Can we draw the face different?
Yeah, you can draw whatever kind of face you want. This is just the one that I'm going to do. So you can follow along or you can draw your own. Okay, so I'm going to zoom into the face. Now, Persian cats have a very sort of grumpy looking face. So I'm going to draw like eyebrows in like that. And sort of half circles for eyes. And I'll put the little slits in for the pupils. And they've usually got very squashed noses. So I could do is a very small nose sort of up here. And even some sort of wrinkles. And then when it comes to the mouth, instead of curving it up like a normal cat mouth, I might just bring it down like that. So it looks a bit grumpy. And the ears, I'm going to move them up a little bit, but they're still sort of within the head. Could add some little tufts of fur on the ends of the ears. And I'll rub out that circle we drew in the beginning to show what the face was, because we don't need that now. It was just a guideline. You could do some little spots where his whiskers might come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even give him a little chin, just some little lines to show where the chin is. Aham, you got a question? Good question.
Do you want to see my big donut and small donut?
Yes, I do. Wow, that is a big and small donut. What if the small donut was the big one and the big one was a ginormous donut? That's possible.
I'll make it giant. I'll just make the biggest one then.
All right. So let me just read you again. I'm gonna add some fluff to his cheeks now. So I'm just gonna do a few little lines like this. Some just stick out, just like a single line. Some come back, some overlap. So we can do that sort of all the way around. So I'm just turning around because my hand only works in one direction. Won't go all the way around. I'll leave a gap. because I'll do another sort of shaggy bit on his chest. We can bring that down on his shoulders as well. And then I'm going to put his feet on, like his front feet. Jaden, do you have a question?
Can you want to see my cupcake and my donut?
Yeah, let's see. Nice. I like that donut. Cool. I like pink donuts too. I like yellow ones the best. Eva, you've written Donu. I'm guessing you wrote donut. Where is Eva? Oh, there she is. Well, a couple of people have already drawn donuts, so maybe we won't draw a donut, but we do need more things in the list. Okay, so I'm going to do the cat's foot. So I'm going to come down here and do a small foot. And then the other side, small foot. Rub out those pencil lines. But I'm going to make the line on the outside very wide and very fluffy, like that. We could add a few little lines for toes as well. Even add a few in here. So look how fluffy he's looking. So these bits here are going to be sort of his legs, but also his bottom, and we'll do little feet, and then we'll do a big tail up there as well. So we could draw in the little foot for the back foot, and the other back foot, put some toes in, and make these bits very fluffy. So some of the hair on this side sticking up, and then it all travels around. Okay. Cheetah. What have we got? Oh, Ella, nice cat sitting on the throne. What is that, Jada? It looks like a robot.
This one you mean?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, my favorite.
What is it?
It's spelled with F.
Is it a fire truck?
Yes.
I can see the ladder on the top, and it's got big wheels. That's pretty cool. All right, so the last thing I'm going to add to this cat is the tail. You could do the tail coming up. You could do the tail coming around, which I might do. I might do the tail sort of coming around and covering that foot up so you won't see the foot. So the tail comes around like this. So all this bit here I've got to rub out now. Otherwise, if you're going to do the tail up, I'll show you on this side. You could just do sort of a curl like that and then make it really bushy. But I'm going to do this side. It's still going to make it bushy. I'm just going to have it covering over the foot there. So just back and forth, and then sometimes I'll change the angle. And then this one, some single lines, some zigzag lines. And you could even add a bit more texture. It's sort of like doing cross hatching or just hatching, just adding a bit of texture to the fur by adding a few little extra lines here and there to keep it looking bushy and a bit messy. So that's a big, fat, fluffy Persian cat. Well, he could be very skinny. He's just very fluffy. And some hairy eyebrows as well. Oh, we could do some whiskers as well. We might do those sort of coming down. Like that. Victoria, that's a cute cat. Not as fluffy as my one, but it's still cute. Okay, we need more things on the screen to draw, on the list, I should say. So that's the cat. Is anyone else not showing their cat? I'd like to see it. What's cat? Ella, did I see your cat? Miles, that looks like a Minecraft cat. Hitesh, oh my goodness, there's so much going on there. Did your cat explode or is it on fire? Wow, you've got fluffy lines everywhere. Oh, I did see yours, Ella. Yes, I did. Yeah, cool. Good job. All right. Cranberries and strawberries. What's with all the food, you people? All right. So we're going to do pancakes next. So what shape are pancakes? They're round, but let me show you something round. Oh, that's a bit too big. Let's see, flat and round. Oh, I've got this lid of a KFC container. Don't eat this stuff, it's disgusting. I feed it to my dog. Anyway, so a pancake is, let's go this way. Pancake's round like that. But we're not going to look at it from above. We're going to look at it sort of from the side. So when we turn this around like that, it's not really a circle anymore, is it? It's more of an oval if we go around like that. It looks more like this. Right? So that's like a pancake sitting on a plate. We're not seeing it flat. We're seeing it, actually, see if I can match this up. That would be interesting. Oh, it's too big. Sort of in there. Anyway. So it's a circle on an angle. It's a little bit of perspective. But if you wanted more pancakes, if you want to do a big stack of pancakes, you could sort of draw lines down and another curve and turn it into a cylinder like that. And then add in more pancakes. There's 1, 2, 3. You could do one that's a bit off the side and hanging down. There's 4. 5, 6, 7. So maybe that 6 one down there. Because I did that one hanging down, it's covering up a lot of them. You might want to give this one a little bit of an edge to it. And same with the top one. Just a little bit of an edge. So if we drew a big pancake on the bottom, like that, that could be the plate. And usually have maple syrup on it, maybe some butter. Let's just draw a little sort of square, sort of like that, and do a little edge coming down with a little runny edge like that. That's the butter. So I drew sort of a diamond shape first, and then the little bits coming down, and then the melted bottom. And then if you wanted to do syrup, you can sort of go around like this, and where you come to an edge, that's where you can do it sort of coming down and then running over, and running over again, like that, sort of dribbling. You can get wider, maybe even have little sections where there's one bit there and one bit there, and then they become one. And as that comes down and touches the plate, you can then do like a little puddle of syrup. So I'll do another one here. It's sort of running down. And of course, we've got this pancake hanging on a weird angle. The syrup's going to sort of run down like that. And maybe drip off the edge and be on the edge of the plate. I'll do some more. Do a big bit here. We'll do another little section. Like that. And join that up. There we go. So, because I've only got lead pencil here, I can't really show color, but I'll just shade in where the syrup is going. That might be a little bit clearer for you guys to follow. There you go. Is that clearer? You could draw some strawberries or some fruit on there. Give the plate a bit of a side to it. Well, that was really lovely. Draw a fork sticking into it. You could even do some little steam lines coming up. Or if you're doing colors, you could do sort of a white shading and smudge it so it looks like almost like steam coming up off the top. There you go, pancakes. Oh, well, we've only got a couple of minutes left. We do have cranberries and strawberries. Cranberries are just circles. They're pretty easy to draw. Cranberries are just round with like a little, yeah, I think, like a blueberry. Strawberries are sort of cone shaped. Little leaves at the top. And then little seeds all over. So we could do one cut. It might look a bit more like a love heart. And I think, I'm trying to think what they look like on the inside. It's hard to say. Seeds on the outside there. Ella, that's cool. What is that all over the top? Is it some fruit or something? Sprinkles? Chocolate? Fruit or sprinkles? Fruit? Oh, Aham, that's cool. Lots of dribbly stuff. Tesh, wow. You did a massive one too. Miles of people eating it. It's great. Fruit and sprinkles. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got time for one more. We've got 6 minutes. We've got turtle. It's the last thing on the list. So let's draw a turtle. Start off with a circle. I'm going to draw the shell first. Normally I don't. Normally I draw the head first, as you probably guessed. And then I'm going to draw like a big curve. So this is the underside of the shell, and that's the shell. This is the hole where the neck comes out. So we've got, this is the belly, this is the back. That's the neck. Just draw a little line down this way. And put some shell sort of panels on. Almost like bricks. Let's give him a big head. And a beak. There's one eye. And his other eye. Couple of nostrils. His mouth. I'm gonna fix up his chin. It was a bit too sketchy. Do some little hairs. Not that turtles really have hairs. You could. His head's a bit plain, so let's give him some eyebrows. So I drew the eyebrow above his head and the eye sticking out from the side of his head. So you don't always have to draw them inside. You can draw them out. Depends on what you're drawing, what style you want to do. Let's give him a little arm and some fingers. And his other arm, we're gonna have to do some rubbing out. His other arm's gonna come down here. And his hand's gonna stick out there. So I'm gonna rub out bits. Throw his fingers in. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll give him some little feet. Little flat feet. Wrinkly knees. And lastly, tail. So we have a little turtle. You could have drawn very similar things, say they are like traditional turtle. So let's see how you went. Wow, Lucas. It's got a crocodile face on it. Attached. I'm trying to see a turtle in there. I can't see a turtle. Can't tell what that is. Good, Aham. Yeah, that's a cool turtle. Okay. Well, I think we are pretty much out of time. Oh, nice, Ella. Nice pancakes, Lucas. Oh, Kirby, I thought you gave him a little hat for a second. I thought there was a little hat sitting on the side of his head. Jaden, you have a question before we go? That's cool, Miles. I like that turtle.
I think I would turn the background off, but that's actually background. Wait, sorry. I might tip it.
Okay.
Okay.
There you are.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I think it's our time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm going to unmute everyone to say goodbye to Mr. Evan.
Cool, Jaden.
Bye, Evan.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.